Today on Let's Fish TV, join me, Andrew Upshaw, on Lake Ouachita. Guys, this place is big, it's beautiful, it's just located outside of Hot Springs. Today, in the middle of the summer, we're going after stripers. Yes, you heard that right. We're going after stripers using our Active Target 2. Today is gonna be fun and action-packed. Let's Fish TV is on the air right now.
That's a big one right there.
It's time for the only program that brings you real-time fishing reports from the Southeast region every week.
You ever caught a fish that big?
No! Got him.
Can I have the day? There you go. Another redfish. Got him. Now, that's what Let's Fish TV is all about right there, guys. Welcome to Let's Fish TV. I'm your host, Andrew Upshaw, and today we're at Lake Ouachita. Lake Ouachita is located in central Arkansas, just outside of Hot Springs. We're going after stripers and spotted bass today. Guys, this place is ultra clear, has a ton of grass, and we're in the middle of the summer. You couldn't ask for worse conditions. We've had big thunderstorms roll through this morning. We're just now getting ready to get on the lake. It's been a long morning, but I have a feeling we're gonna have a good time out there. We'll also have this week's fishing report from your local region from our insider reporters. In the meantime, I'm gonna get this Mercury and Bass Cat launch, get everything set up, and we'll toss it back to the studio for your weekend planner.
Hi everybody, thanks so much for joining us. These salooner tables are showing poor fishing conditions both days this weekend. Peak morning activity will start very early at 3:11 on Saturday and 4:08 on Sunday. Afternoon action picks up around 3:43 on Saturday and 4:34 on Sunday. Depending on your area, expect the sun to rise around 7:08 and set around 7:45. Evenings will feature a moon that is 17% visible. Keep up with our latest fishing adventures, tips, and tricks from Let's Fish TV by joining us on Facebook, Instagram, and subscribing to our YouTube channel.
All right, guys, we're headed out on Lake Ouachita this morning. We had a little bit of a late start. We had this big giant thunderstorm roll in, and it's changed the fishing significantly. It's supposed to slick off this afternoon. I'm not really sure how we're gonna catch them. We're gonna kind of go do a lot of different things. We're gonna go after bass a little while, might even go after some striper. You know, this lake sets up to be a great striper fishery, probably one of the best ones in the country. So I really want to go try to find them if we can. The weather's good, it's really hot. It's supposed to get even hotter. We're gonna get out there and see what we can do. I don't think I missed the brush pile. I think I was all up in it. There's a bunch of them in this one. There we go. Yep, that's a striper there, I think. Or it's a big bass, one of the two. It's trying, oh yeah, I think that's a striper. There we go. Oh yeah. Welcome to Lake Ouachita. Whew. Oh man. Threw that baby Z2 down there and instantly got chomped. There's a big old school of them here too. There we go. It ain't even a big one, but man, these things are fun. You know, Ouachita is one of the best lakes in the country for catching stripers. I've been here a few different times and found them. And guys, it is an absolute blast. Let's see, come here, fish. Oh, come here, open up. Open up. That's the thing about stripers, you really need a lip gripper or something like that. There we go. Whew. That's what I'm talking about. Check that out, guys. Nice striper here at Ouachita. Man, oh man, these things fight so hard. And here on Ouachita, at least what I've found is I've had a lot more success using a spinning rod to catch these fish. And we're gonna talk about that today. We're gonna talk about how to catch these fish, how to target these fish, so you're able to come out here and catch them. Anytime you can catch a fish that size on a spinning rod, it is an absolute blast. You know, Ouachita is a really unique lake. It's a mountainous lake. I mean, it's got mountains all around this place. And let me tell you, it has some of the cleanest water around. And part of that is thanks to the hydrilla that is vast in this particular lake. But you know, one thing about fishing in Ouachita, especially in the middle of summer like we're dealing with right now, is you really need to come out here early and late. Well, this morning we had a massive thunderstorm, so we had to kind of make an audible to come out here and hopefully catch some fish. We've searched all day and we finally found a really good group of stripers. And that's one thing about it, you gotta keep looking until you find them. And the big key is finding the bait. We're gonna break down the bite more and more as we get along today, but hopefully we'll land on a couple more real big ones. We'll get to show you all a little bit more about how to catch them on that baby Z2 and exactly why we're catching these fish. So we're getting back to it. We'll talk to y'all in just a minute.
Hey folks, it's time for your Carolinas Report, brought to you by Crazy Sister Marina. The leader in water sports on the Grand Strand, my partners at Crazy Sister can make sure you get out on the water and have a great time, especially this fall. We've got everything from really cool fall tours to fishing charters, obviously anything from near shore, inshore, and offshore. Make sure you visit Crazy Sister Marina and get your trip booked for this fall. And also, let's talk about the freshwater stuff. In our tidal rivers, like I really love this time of the year, we start to get that bait moving out of the backs of those creeks. They'll start setting up in those deeper areas, especially with all the floodwaters that we had. You can find those schools of bait on these points. Get out there, drop shot, throw a crankbait, throw a jerk bait. Get out there in those rice fields and find those fish as they get right up on top of that rice, right up on top of those dikes, and you can find some great fish right now. Get out and enjoy everything we have here. This is the Carolinas Report. I'm Captain E, and remember, fish smarter, not harder, and keep your chaos organized.
They're moving on me. Those are stripers, guaranteed. I missed them, because now they're in that tree. That one looks like he's wanting to come up. Oh yeah, he's coming. Here he comes. Oh, what? Oh, I got him. There we go. Another big striper right there. Oh, got to get their heads turned if you can. Oh, come back, come back. Yeah. Oh, come on, fish. Get me out of them trees. That's one thing about Ouachita. When you're maneuvering around this particular body of water, you got to be extra careful. There's some gigantic standing timber out here. And those stripers, this time of year, really like to roam at the top ends of those trees while chasing bait. And that's what we're targeting today, is striper. Now, granted, we've caught a few nice spotted bass so far, but ultimately, we're trying to catch these stripers. That's really what I want to catch. I came out here with the mindset that I was going to figure out how to catch these stripers today. I didn't care how hot it was, but we got this striper's head turn. It's a pretty darn good one. Definitely not my personal best, but it might be right up there with a, you know, I mean, some people here might call it a baby, but it sure is fun on 8-pound line. So it's a good one, especially this time of year in the middle of summer. Oh, let's see if we can land this joker. There we go. Oh, that's a nice one there. There we go, guys. Baby Z2, top of the mouth. Nice striper. Look, he's about as long as my leg. That's what makes these stripers so unique. But you know, there is hybrids in here as well. And to tell the difference is the stripers are a lot longer and leaner, whereas the hybrid is taller from bottom to top. And it's really, really important to know the difference, especially with creel limits and things like that. Well, let's get this nice fish back. God, what a fight. You just can't beat a nice striper fight. You can use a lot of different tackle to catch these fish. You know, today I'm using a spinning rod, and not because you have to use a spinning rod. Guys, I promise you can do the exact same thing with a bait casting rod, 10, 12, 14-pound fluorocarbon. I'm just having to do it like this because I like to do it. It's more fun hooking a big striper. And when it comes to this, I'm actually using an upsized spinning rod. This is a 7.4 Mark Zona. This is a spinning rod special, Team Lou Signature Series rod. It is a meat stick for all bass. When it comes to stripers, there is limitations. Let me tell you, if you catch one of those 20, 30, 40 pounders, you're gonna have a hard time landing it with this gear. But if you do, you'll always remember it. And that's why I come out here and do this kind of stuff. I just really love catching stripers. It's something that I've done as a kid on Toledo Bend, and we always chased them around, catching them schooling in the summertime, early and late in the day. And it just is actually where I fell in love with fishing, was fishing for white bass and stripers. So find a chance to get out here if you can. This place is phenomenal.
Let's Fish TV is proudly backed by Lose, Feel the Difference, Strike King, Tie One On, and by Glacier Outdoors since 1982.
Guys, Ouachita has been fun today. Anytime you can catch big stripers on light tackle, it's gonna be a good day. There we go. This is a big one. There we go. I feel like I'm tuna fishing. I'm making a little bit of headway on him. Guys, Ouachita has been fun today. Anytime you can catch big stripers on light tackle, it's gonna be a good day. Hey, he's starting to come up now. Making lots of headway with him. Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's the biggest one of the day. He's not a giant, but he's a good one. Man, I'm worn out, guys. Not only is it 100 and something degrees outside, but these stripers are wearing me down. Let's get around this trolling motor. There we go. Oh, come here, you big joker. God, that water's so clear. I could see him coming from about 15 feet down there. He got a big blockhead on him. That other one was longer, but this one's way thicker. There we go. There we go, guys. Another nice striper here at Ouachita. Whew. Golly. These things kick my booty. I might need to go hit the gym a little bit. I feel like that's all I've done today is hit the gym with these things. Spinning rod, middle of Arkansas, middle of summer, smacking some really good ones. As an angler, that we always forget to do, and that is to retie. You know, I'm actually gonna retie my entire leader. I'm putting another 8-pound Strike King tour grade leader on. I'm gonna tie an Alberto knot. So basically you make a loop in your fluorocarbon, and you go about 5 to 6 loops going this way. 5, and then you hold the line between your middle finger, you pinch the line, you go back the other direction, 5 or 6, right there, and then you push it through the same exact direction that it came through. So basically your line should be hanging down just like that. You wet the knot and you pull it tight, and you make sure you hold that tag in at the same time, and you make that perfect line-to-line knot. And that's really, really important, is to have that exact line-to-line knot. That's the one I use. I trust it with all my TV shows, my tournament fishing, everything like that. And you just clip both ends. You don't want to cut it too terribly short, but short enough that it's not going to catch on each other. Right here, just like that. And this is the biggest key, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to reel your line up to where it's touching the tip of your rod, okay? And then you're gonna take it right here at your reel, and you're gonna cut it right there. Now I'm gonna explain why. The deal is whenever you go to make casts, especially with a bait like a jig head minnow, it's gonna create a lot of line twist. And if that knot goes down in your reel, it's gonna cause a lot of issues. So I want that knot to always be sitting right above my reel when I make a cast. And that is a big, big key to reduce that line twist and that line tangling from that twisting bait. And then I just get me my Strike King Baby Z2, my little 8th ounce jig head, and we're ready to go. So I'm gonna get back out there. The fish are really starting to bite. It is getting hot though. I mean, I'm dripping with sweat. I don't know if y'all can see that. I know I feel it right now. But I'm gonna get back to it, and hopefully we'll catch us a few more. See, look, just like this. The bait's at the tip of the rod and the line is right here. So I have that perfect spot to where it never gets in the reel.
Hey y'all, welcome back to my favorite part of the show, the Alabama, Mississippi, and Georgia Coastal Fishing Report. This segment's brought to you by me, Captain Patrick Armisen with Ugly Fishing. You can check out my website and book online at uglyfishing.com. There are also some money-saving opportunities on the homepage with SaltSkull, LureNet.com, and Pure Flats Fishing, creator of the Slick Lure. Slick Lure has been a good product to use right now. The Slick Junior, pea-mint color on the Alabama Gulf Coast for speckled trout, redfish, and flounder. Flounder and the speckled trout are being common on 1/8 ounce and 1/4 ounce jig heads. Redfish also the same. Submerged vegetation has been the dead giveaway for the redfish and flounder lately. Coastal Mississippi, our report comes from Andrew Whitman, Black Dot Charters. He said the fishing around his area has been really good this week. He said there's live shrimp have been plentiful at the bait shops and you better have them. He said those shrimp are producing slot redfish, drum, and white trout. Savannah, Georgia guide Garrett Ross of Miss Judy's Charters said that the reds have been thick on the mud flats. He said that finger mullet and the biggest shrimp you can find in the live well rigged under a slip cork or adjustable cork has been the ticket for hammering those slot reds. So hey y'all, thanks for checking out this week's report. Y'all remember, only keep what you need, leave the rest, and God bless.
Are there little, they're stripers? God, there's a bunch of them. Oh, these are hybrids. This is a perfect example of the difference between a hybrid and a striper that we were catching earlier. There we go. There we go, check that out. I'll show you exactly the difference here. Now, maybe that's a white bass. Yeah, that is a white bass. See how the lines are solid down the side? Hybrids have the more broken up lines. But still a really good white bass, man. I mean, I'm gonna tell you right now, Ouachita really does show out. It has such a vast variety of different species of fish, from white bass, hybrids, big stripers, way bigger than what we've caught today, and then big bass, spotted bass, and it has a lot of crappie. But one thing it also has is walleye. I've caught quite a few walleye here and they're pretty good to eat. But overall, today has been an adventure. I mean, we caught a lot of fish, and we're talking middle of summer, when it's the heat of the day, when the fishing is the toughest. But overall, really a lot of fun. But I'm gonna try to get back to it, try to catch a couple more before the end of the day. Sun's getting down. We've been out here all day. It's 100+ degrees.
Let's Fish TV is proudly backed by Mercury, Go Boldly, Loran's, the ultimate fishing system, Gulf Shores and Orange Beach Tourism. Let's fish on Alabama's beaches. Motor Guides Tour Pro with GPS anchor, powered by Passion.
It's coming straight up. What I got? Oh, that's got to be a bass. Oh, it's a good bass. Oh, heck yeah. Oh, there's one. Oh, he's coming straight up. What I got? Oh, that's got to be a bass. Oh, it's a good bass. Oh, heck yeah. There we go. Is that a spot? Oh, it is a spot. It's a nice spot. Man, we're out here striper fishing, catching big spots. Look at that one. So that's a good one there. See, and this is a prime example. I'm glad we caught this fish because this is a really good fish right here. Check this out. You don't catch small spotted bass with these big stripers because they will eat those small spots. So when you do catch a spot, it's normally gonna be a better than average fish. And that's exactly what this fish is right here. And I mean, once again, catch them on the baby Z2, using our active target 2 and scoping around in this gut. But let's get this fish back. You know, it's the heat of the summer. We don't want to keep this fish out for too long. The thing is we fished almost all day and it has been extremely tough. And that's what you're going to expect this time of year. The dog days of summer, the fishing gets tough. I mean, as you can tell, it's glass out here. It's in the upper 90s, 100 degrees. And one of the big things we're dialing it in with is the Strike King Baby Z2. This particular bait right here has become such an influential bait through the fishing industry the last couple of years. But one thing we're doing different is the color selection. You know, a lot of guys want to use the natural, more natural colors, but for whatever reason on this body of water, I have found, even on the dog days like this, the middle of summer, the heat, pearl white tends to get me more bites than not. There we go. He's coming straight up. I think I got another dang spotted bass. Oh, I do. There we go. Another nice spot. Yeah, this place has a lot of good largemouth and good spotted bass. And for the middle of summer, that's a pretty darn good fish right there. I mean, check that out, guys. Another one on the white baby Z2. Not a giant fish, but I'm telling you, this time of year, that is a really, really good fish. But you know, today on a Ouachita, we're using one of the biggest and probably the best tools when it comes to fishing in general. I don't care if you're striper fishing, crappie fishing, or anything else in between, and that is Active Target 2 by Lowrance. You know, that particular sonar is so effective, especially this time of year. You know, I don't care how controversial some people think it may be, it helps people catch more fish. It helps kids have more fun on the water. And guys, sometimes that's what it's all about, is getting those kids introduced into the outdoors and having a day where they can go out and catch them. Sun's starting to drop a little bit. I think we're gonna call it a day. We're gonna head back in, get everything set up, and we'll talk to you a little bit more about exactly what we're using and why we used exactly what we used.
Watch our latest episode or catch up on past episodes on our website at letsfishtv.com. Be sure to hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, and download the free Waypoint TV app to get all the latest episodes every week on your phone, tablet, computer, or smart TV. Let's Fish TV is proudly backed by Academy Sports and Outdoors. Have fun out there. Powerful Total Boat Control. Balls Out. Made in the USA. Heavy duty mounts for your fish finders. Rely on. Challenge your limits. Here's today's Right Stuff, presented by Academy Sports and Outdoors.
Guys, today was blistering hot. Middle of the summer, just when you don't think the fish are biting, that's when they surprise you. Today we were out on Lake Ouachita, caught a bunch of fish, bunch of different species of fish, from largemouth spotted bass and those big stripers. Man, I love catching big stripers. There's quite a few fish that I hooked today that I never turned. Now, part of that is I'm using a spinning rod, and you don't have to use a spinning rod when targeting these stripers. I just really enjoy the fight. It kind of reminds me of catching tuna offshore. But the baits today kept it really simple. I used a baby Z2 by Strike King, and I was using the pearl color. And guys, I really like pearl, especially in the super clear water that Ouachita has. I feel like the fish can see it from further away. So in case you missed that cast on Active Target 2, they still are able to find it and eat it. Using just a 3/16 and an 1/8 ounce jig head, 8-pound Strike King fluorocarbon to a 10-pound braided main line, and I really like having that braided main line, and I showed y'all earlier how to do the knot, what knot that I use to attach those lines, and most of the time when I'd break those fish off, they were broken off on the fluorocarbon because they were rubbing against these real deep trees. I was completing that setup with a 7.4 Team Lou Signature Series rod. This is Mark Zona's smallmouth killer rod, and guys, it is a great rod. I've honestly gotten to where I use this rod for just about anything and everything when it comes to using a minnow or something like that. The custom light completes this rig. The custom light, this is a 300 size. It is the best drag of any Lew's reel I've ever used. I trust this reel with anything and everything that I hook. It's going to be able to complete the task. The drag is super, super smooth, and it gives you that perfect sound whenever you hook those fish. But guys, that's a wrap here at Lake Ouachita. It has been a hot one, and I'm kind of glad it's over because it was so terribly hot. But guys, I'm gonna head back to the boat room. I'm gonna get me some food. We'll see y'all next time.